What is going on, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. Happy Friday. And we're coming today with a new hot topic. And the topic today is, do you prefer capacity over stopping power, aka kinetic energy? And I'm not talking about a one-shot over and under shotgun versus a AR-15 that holds 30 rounds. So let's just stop it with that noise. But I want to talk about some of the basics here. So again, I just want to know what you guys think about capacity over stopping power. And I'm going to give you some examples. Let's start with pistols. So for example, this is safe, just FYI, all firearms are safe. And this is going to be a 9mm pistol. It holds 19 rounds. So this would be a nice nightstand home defense gun. 19 rounds. But 9mm is kind of anemic as far as stopping power when it comes to humans or pretty much anything. You have to definitely put a lot of shots on target. As opposed to something like this. This is 357, but this only holds 7 rounds, but it is much more powerful than the 9mm. It's a high pressure round, but it's 7 rounds versus 19. You tell me which one you would be more comfortable with. Either one can get the job done, but it depends on your comfort zone. Understand that today home invasions can, have multiple home invaders. However, shot placement is key because once you shoot one, most of them run, or even if they see a gun, most oftentimes they do run. But if you were able to get in a situation where they decide to duke it out with you, you definitely have less of a margin of error because you only have 7 rounds here opposed to 19 rounds here. But the stopping power on a 357 versus a 9mm 357 is definitely going to be more powerful without a doubt. And to show you another example, we're going to say look at our shotgun. This is a shotgun that holds up to 9 rounds. So let's just say 9 rounds of double lock buckshot versus, let's say, 30 rounds of 7.62 by 3.9. If you were in a situation and you had home invaders, which one would you feel more comfortable with? 30 rounds of 7.62 by 3.9 or 9 rounds of, let's say, double lock buckshot. And let's just pretend that over penetration is not a thing. It really is, but I'm just basically trying to find out, do you guys value capacity or kinetic energy? Which one is most important to you? I know people are going to try to give the political correct answer that I like a combination of both, but I'm not going to let you do that. You got to pick one, capacity or stopping power. And this is for home defense. This is not for EDC. This is for home defense. Someone kicks in your door at 3 in the morning. What makes you feel comfortable? Having the boom or having, more shots to share? Me personally, for my home defense situation, I don't plan on clearing any rooms. I'm not going to be moving around. So I am perfectly fine with 9 rounds of double lock buckshot over 7.62 by 3.9 or 30 rounds of 2.23 5.56. And the reason being is that shotgun rounds have a larger cone of damage. You have lots of pellets coming down range at the same time, so it's going to have a larger wound channel, and the terminal dump is going to be significantly greater than, let's say, 7.62 by 3.9, which is no joke in its own right. But the shotgun is going to be much stronger, but it is going to have low capacity. 9 rounds, it's not that bad, but 30 rounds versus 9, that's like night and day. However, the kinetic energy of a shotgun just cannot be matched by any of the intermediate rifle cartridges. But it's totally up to you. All of them to get the job done. But I know in this day and time, a lot of people prefer high capacity magazines. And I like high capacity firearms too. Like I said, it's good to have options. I keep guns stashed in different spots. I keep most of the guns in the safe, but I do keep a few out. Yeah, I keep a few out of all kinds because, you want to be prepared for all the situations. But if I had a bump in the night, I'm grabbing this first, without doubt, because shotguns are almost the surest bet for a one-shot kill versus a rifle. Rifles get it done in one shot, but a shotgun, it just makes people do things differently. When people get shot with a shotgun, you don't hear anything, no talking, barely any switching. It's over, especially center mass. As far as 357 versus a 9 millimeter, that's up to you. That's your choice. The only thing about 357, it is high pressure and it will be loud, but it is definitely going to be stronger than a 9 millimeter. So I would have no issues with either one of these if I were facing a home invader, to be honest with you. Either one of them would get the job done. And like I told you, I got all weapons safe. I do have, my bullets in here, but I practice gun safety by keeping my finger off the trigger. That's like one of the parts of gun safety. But that is pretty much the gist of it, guys. I just wanted to know, what do you guys value? Do you value stopping power, aka kinetic energy, or do you prefer to have a multitude of rounds, like 30 rounds of, let's say, 223, 5.56, or let's say 9 rounds of, let's say, double lock buckshot, or let's say 18 rounds of 9 millimeter versus 7 rounds of 357. I think I would definitely take 18 rounds of 9 millimeter over 8 rounds of 45 ACP. This would be close, but I would probably go with the 9 millimeter because I'm just a better shot with it. As far as operational, I'm not very good with the double lashing trigger yet. I need more practice, but a 357 is no joke. Shoot someone center mass with 357, you'll probably stop them much quicker than you would with a 9 millimeter. But pistol rounds are going to be weaker than rifle and shotgun rounds. But again, that's basically all I had. I just want to, see what you guys value most, because I hear a lot about, home invasions where there are multiple people coming in. How do you deal with them? And I always say the same thing over and over again. I've watched several home invasions, and almost 100% of the time, once the homeowner starts shooting, they get to running. No one's coming to your house to commit suicide. They think that you are a weak target, and once they realize that you are not a weak target, they run. It's just kind of like, have you ever heard of lions hunt a Cape buffalo, and then the herd comes to help and turns the table? That's basically the same thing that you do as a homeowner when you're invaded, but you're armed and you're ready. That's the main thing. Be armed and ready. Don't be armed and not ready. Be armed and alert. But it really doesn't matter. I'm good with both. I can do a high capacity, but I can also get away with a shotgun or a revolver. It's all about shot placement. And if you know they're coming and you catch them at the breach point, it really doesn't matter. Shot placement is all that really, really matters in a home invasion. You want to hit what you're shooting at. And again, once you shoot one of them, or even shoot at them, most oftentimes they're going to run. And if they're jacked up on any kind of drugs, double lock buckshot will basically finish that for them. They will be sober because their body going to go cold once they get hit with double lock buckshot center mass. It's going to stop all of that, crazy high strung activity that goes on. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Like I said, kinetic energy versus stopping power. It's something that most people fight with. A lot of people would rather have, this gun with the power of this, but unfortunately, the best way to do that is going to be a 10 millimeter. However, 10 millimeters, are high pressure, and a lot of them come in polymer. So, you definitely got to maintain the guns. But yeah, you can definitely get a 10 millimeter that's high capacity, but I'm just trying to use this example, 357 versus 9 millimeter. 7 rounds of 357 versus, let's say, 19 rounds of 9 millimeter. And let's just say 8 rounds of double lock buckshot versus 30 rounds of 7.62 by 3.9. What makes you feel more comfortable? I would love to see you guys' comments. I just thought about this subject the other day because I watch a lot of videos, but I never really heard anyone, compare it and tell me which one is most important for you. And for me, for a home defense situation, it's definitely kinetic energy. I want to stop the threat as soon as possible. I don't want to be, shooting at people, ducking. If I shoot them one time, I want them to feel that shot. I want them to go down. That's why shotguns are my acquired taste. But I do use 9mm pistols for home defense because I can shoot 9mm pretty much better than any other handgun caliber that I've ever tried. But I want to get some more practice with the 357. Once I get all, good with the double action trigger, this could be possibly a nightstand gun at some point, but this is mostly for the woods, and this is basically an example. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Don't want to talk your heads off, but I thank you for stopping by. Like always, 2A up. Have an awesome day.